This is Technical Difficulties with their reveal of the released Super Nintendo Classic Edition. Thanks to Tactical Turtleneck, we were able to afford one before we had to purchase one from the scalpers. So give him a round of applause. As you can see, it does come with a smaller version of the classic SNES console that we've known and loved, 2 of the classic Super Nintendo controllers, and on the right hand side it lists some of the most popular games that it had during its release. You have Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, F-Zero, Super Mario Kart, and Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. In the top right corner you see that it has Star Fox 2. Yes, it was never released on the SNES. It was a sequel. I guess that they may have shelved it. They may not have thought it was a good idea to go ahead and release it. But now we get to play it. See a little bit more. As you see, we have the Super NES console and a bunch of gibberish I'm pretty sure none of you fans at home can read. But it is a Super Retro Blast from the past with 20 pre-installed classic Super Nintendo games. We got the back art of the box right here, listing every single game on the left hand side, giving us a little bit of the original artwork on the right. My favorite out of this is definitely The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, my favorite Zelda in the entire series. Super Mario World, not better than what's on NES, but still pretty good. If I'm not mistaken, this is when they introduced Yoshi. This Mario Kart sends me back to whenever I was 5-6 years old, learning how to play video games. But the biggest thing for me is right down here. Super Street Fighter 2. I believe this is the very first game I was ever able to play. The only thing I can remember was Street Fighter 2, Ryu, and the entire cast. I'm not really good with everyone that was in there, but it does send me back to the good old days. One of my another little hidden gem on there, Secret of Mana. It is getting a remake for PlayStation, but at least we get to play it for right now. It does come with the pre-installed Final Fantasy III. That one's going to be amazing to play through. And of course, Super Metroid, as you see right there. And we're going to do one final turn. Just talking about the controller. How it was very frustrating at times. Now we're going to delve into it. We're actually going to open the box. Here we go. Extremely difficult one-handed. As you see, it's HDMI right there. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera. It is HDMI. Meaning, you don't have to deal with all those stupid cords. Go ahead and get this open. Go ahead and stare at the screen for me. There we go. Alright. Wonderful, wonderful. Go ahead and slide that off a bit. Box behind there. Nintendo guide. No one reads that. Power brick. Dime a dozen. One of 2 controllers. Does have a different output than the original. And second controller, might as well just throw that down there. Alright, for the pièce de résistance, the console. Once again, extremely difficult one-handed. I suggest two hands when opening. Try to be extremely careful with this. Alright. Looks like these buttons do not work. Oh, nope, they do. Son of a bitch. They do. Can't do pre-existing games, but who knows, they may be able to release more emulations for it. Go ahead and set that right center stage. Looks like one of the cords and the HDMI right here. Now, while you have time and I'm dicking around, why don't you go into the comments, tell us which game you can't really wait to play whenever you're able to get your own Super Nintendo Classic Edition. And comment what you would want us to play so you to see how bad we suck at this. One controller and two. Once again, your two controllers are way bigger than the console itself. The console fits in the palm of your hand, kind of like an old regular NES cartridge, just a little thicker. Looks like a charging port, you know, that you can get from any freaking Apple, Samsung store, you know. Looks like a 3.0 USB. You know, not wireless controllers, but comes with 20 preloaded classic games that everyone loves. You know, 80 bucks, solid. Thanks for tuning in, and catch us play some of the classic games. We're going to do a lot of playthroughs, a lot of walkthroughs. I'm even going to bring this down to Turtleneck himself so he can play one of my favorites. Can you guess what it is? Thank you for tuning in.